Hello everyone, Spud here, and in today's video I want to talk to you all about snipers. Now specifically I want to talk to you about snipers in Battlefield 4 and in Battlefield 5. Right now I don't like the way how playing the long range, sniper is in Battlefield 4. I don't find it very satisfying. In fact, to play the role at all, I need to play in hardcore or else I just get a terrible experience. The combination of the scope glint, terrible damage, and the 3D spotting mechanic, plus being able to get shown on the map every time you fire a gun, really just makes it impossible to really play the long range sniper role, and that's why I only really play it in hardcore. I think that DICE can fix a lot of these issues though, because right now playing hardcore with sniper, they are pretty blatantly overpowered. You'll see some clips in this video where I literally shoot through 2 enemy targets with the same bullet and they both just drop. And so I'm not saying that they should be like this in core, but I do think that we need to find a way to make this a more viable playstyle to not only help the sniper themselves, make it more satisfying, but also to make it so it's something where you can help your team. Because right now, playing that role, you just can't help your team at all. You're entirely being a lone wolf player at that point. So, getting started, I think the first thing we need to address with changing the snipers is the scope glint. I understand that there is a need for it. The maps in this game are so huge, it may be really hard to find where someone's sniping you from, especially in hardcore where there's no mini-map. However, I don't like how if you're staring down your scope, it's like you have a flashlight at the end of it, It just stays on, and it's just right there just glaring at anyone with, enough eyes to notice it. So, what I think they should do is they should change it. Because right now, unless you have the quick pull bolts, you have to actually get out of your scope to cycle your gun's action, and then go back in the scope to take your next shot. So I think what they can do is they make whenever you aim down your scope, or every time you leave your scope will give off a slight glint to whoever's in front of you. There's a quick little glint, a little flash. There's the clip, by the way. There's a little flash to say, "Hey, here I am," but it doesn't stay on. So once you aim in, one flash, and then it stops. So you can if you time it when you do it, and no one's looking, you can stay there undetected until you take your next shot, and then you have to cycle your action and give another flash. I think that would be a lot better and allow the snipers to stay a bit more hidden, except from the eyes of people who are vigilantly watching for them, because obviously you'll be able to tell which direction that they're coming from. Now, second, this actually isn't a change to the snipers, but more of the sniper sound mechanics. I don't like how in this game when a sniper shoots at you, there's just a large crack. I think it should just be a louder gunshot. That way you get directional information from it. Because I feel like in Battlefield 4, the standard crack you get that goes over your head, I understand why it's there, and that was kind of more realistic. But I feel like just having it be just a really loud gunshot that people can draw direction from will help mediate this sort of extra stealth that they have by lessening the scope glint. I think that would sort of balance that out. Next, I think they need to add in another hitbox for the snipers, and that would be a chest hitbox that up to say 300 meters or maybe even 500 would be a one-shot kill. This is mostly for the consoles, because once they in this game while playing with a controller, it can be actually really hard to land those headshots, especially in a manner that you'd be useful to your team in. And I know there are people who can do it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's making the playstyle a lot more difficult for people to get into. So I think by having literally just an upper chest and a upper back hitbox, that if you hit from within 300 meters, it becomes a one-hit kill, then that would not only be a bit more realistic, but it would also be a bit easier for people on consoles to get those kills. And also, it just plain sucks when you hit a guy in the chest with a .308 caliber round and he shrugs it off and kills you. It just sucks. And for me, that breaks my immersion as a sniper. I know a lot of people probably hate that idea because they hate snipers, and I'm sorry if you do. That's just something I think that could be, could help them out a bit. And finally, the last change I think they should make is they need to bring back DMRs to being recon kit only, and they need to make them be able to use the higher caliber scopes. They need to be a 2-shot kill, 1-shot headshot, and they need to not fit lower zoom optics. Maybe the highest zoom they can fit is like a 5 or a 4 times, and not allow them to have a 1 times or a 2 times, because that way they can't be running around with a 2-shot kill gun in close quarters. They say it's a sniper role. But anyways, guys, those are just my thoughts on the class and how I think they can improve it. Tell me what you think down below. A lot of you probably hate these ideas because you hate snipers. I understand that, but I've always been a fan of playing the sniper role, and I think we can make it a lot more satisfying in the next Battlefield game. Anyways, guys, if you watched, thanks for watching. If you liked me and the content I produce, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you all in the next one, guys. Goodbye.